today we have a Husqvarna with a Kohler 173cc engine. It's a XT722FE. I guess it's right there anyway. Let's see what we have here. I know quite literally almost nothing about this, except for it's here, and that's about it. Pull cord's broken. Tank is completely dry. Took the filter off already. Seems to be pretty decent shape. The cover's missing though. It does have an electric start. Yeah, it's not too bad. What to do? I say we you know what? I'm gonna put this down. I'll take a look at putting some fuel in it. Maybe we just have to do a recoil and some tune-up issues and finding a cover for this. The thing about these are it's basically a Craftsman deck, so the front cover on the Craftsman would also fit on this. It's just painted orange and has a different sticker on it. So let me put it down, put some gas in there, and bring everyone back. So it's on the ground. There's Garage Dog. Let's take the gas cap off. Put a little fuel on it. See what happens. So the reason why I'm doing this, not doing a little bit more of a diagnosis, is the person I got this from doesn't really do anything like this too often. He usually just does scrap metal. I don't really know where he gets it, to be honest, but he gets them. So like 3 out of the last 4 all worked. They just need to be tuned up and cleaned. So let's see if that maybe last 4 out of 5. Looks like Garage Dog is enjoying her poof. Okay, come on. Got her. Pull this back. Let's put up a little help down there. Okay, so where were we? Put a little encouragement down there. Yeah, comes out. And when you do this, you don't really want to wrap this around your hand or tie it so it's kind of wrapped around your fingers, because if it were to come back, you could break a finger. So just kind of hold it as stiffly as you can. there's that. Looks like we are in for a carb clean on one of these. Naturally, the Kohlers are a little rougher, but I will, since we're gonna have to take apart the full start anyway. The good thing is with these that have this little piece, when it breaks, it doesn't unwind itself completely, so you can just pull it out all the way. What's about this? Oh, that seems pretty normal. Happens when you pull down the cord. Yeah, that's pretty decent. So I'm gonna look for a cover. Get this carb off, and I'll meet you over there. Okay. So something that's kind of, I don't want to say bothering me, but kind of made me wonder. The key start over here doesn't have a fuse in it. I don't know what amp of a fuse to put in there, but I'm gonna say 10 is probably okay. And later we'll look at it, because I looked at the back and the front, and nowhere does it really say. So I'm just gonna say 10. There's definitely a battery in it. So, the battery appears to be dead. Let me go get the charger. I'll be right back. And for whatever reason I can't find it. But if I did find it, it just connects in right here. Hopefully you can see that. Down we go. Anyway, what do we do first? Let's take off. Well, we're going to need 10mm. That's that. We're going to need something smaller than that. Take off this cover. I'm pretty sure this cover comes off all in one piece. We'll find out. So I give this motor a lot of slack and whatnot, but the motor itself is perfectly fine. I mean, it's not very powerful, don't get me wrong, you're not gonna, have that as a problem. But the problem on this is just this choke system is just so, bad. Tip from the wise. If you ever drop a screw, a nut, a bolt, whatever the case is, don't go chasing it. Just pull a frozen and let it go. And watch it. And then once you see where it lands, then you can go get it. Okay. So, off camera later, I will get everything I need ready for this. But we'll do that later. Our next stage is going to be getting this off. We may have to take off that black cover. I don't really remember. These are the ones you have to as well. Okay, close enough. Yeah, just like I suspected. I mean, nothing really. That returns just fine. No coils there. Just like all the other ones though. The clip for the fuel line is on the top and in the back, so it's really hard to get to. No more of that. That's just the crankcase vent. It just goes over that little connection right there. That vent, it's the same reason why when you tip a mower on its side, you don't want to tip it on the carburetor side, because if the crankcase vent were to leak any oil out, it would go directly into the filter and you'd ruin your filter. Ooh, the line's coming with it. Must be one of those high quality clips. Fuel line didn't completely come with it. Probably leak a little gas, but that's okay. Okay, good, that was scary. Let me show you something real quick. So this is that choke mechanism I was talking about. This is pretty finicky, so you don't really want to mess with that too much. But these are the screws that hold this little plate on, for the holding plate for the choke. This goes all the way to the muffler. Muffler gets hot. This moves, turns it off. This also helps pull it off. But the problem is these screws like to strip out. So when you take them out, make sure they're clean. Like right now, they're a little dirty. I'm going to take an air gun and blow it out as much as I can, or maybe even a pick if it's not coming out. But I just want to make sure I'm not going to strip it, because you don't want to strip those. It's a giant pain, trust me. Okay, so to take it off, all you need to do is take off those, pull it forward just like a Honda, push this all the way out, that direction. The throttle or the linkage comes right out. We'll take it out, and then we'll meet you over by the carb station. Okay, so here's the carb. I'm not really expecting too much of ways of bad fuel to come out. It's because the only fuel that's in there is what I put in there, and what I put in there is maybe 3-week-old non-ethanol. Maybe 2-week-old. But who knows? Let's take that off next. These are the same type of screws that I like to strip out, so I blew them out. Except these have a little bit of a shoulder on them. And we'll put that off to the side. That we don't want to really get exposed to any cleaner or like carb cleaning solution in the carb cleaner itself. So let's open it up. This might just need a jet cleaning instead of full cleaning. And the dirt that's in there is probably just coming from the outside of the carb anyway, and my hands. has like that protective gel in there. But it's not bad. So the seal is right there. I'm going to just take some carb spray, kind of wash it out. Let's grab a clean towel. Let's see what's in there now. Yeah, it wasn't horrible. I'm gonna try to work on that a little bit more with like a wire brush. But let's see what's on this. Besides more goo, let's take the float out. Yeah, with the exception of a little bit of that goo, which I think is probably what's causing the problem here. I think we're pretty decent. We probably could just blow it out. So you don't always need to clean it. Sometimes you just have to remove the obstruction, and that will make it work just as fine, because it's not actually dirty. There's the jet. Yeah, there we go. So in the previous video of mine, I talked about widening or like rejetting a carburetor. That works, don't get me wrong. This is not the case for it. However, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the carb clean, kind of spray it out around a little bit, take this jet out, blow through there, just kind of blow it all out with the air compressor, and then the same thing with the main jet. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, save you the noise, and I'll put it back together. Okay, so everything's blown out. I blew out the idle jet here as well, just put in the plastic idle stop. This kind of just holds it in place. It was one of the satisfying moments too when let's have to do this side. Let's do that. Anyway, those satisfying moments when you don't hear anything, and next thing you know, you hear psst, and you know that you just dislodged something probably fairly large. So that was nice. So this was 2 turns out. There's that. Now I'm just going to look at this emulsion tube. Also with a clean towel, just kind of make sure that it looks pretty decent. I think the main problem was just that nasty little sludge stuff that was in there. So even the main jet doesn't really look all that plugged. Yeah, it was a little plugged. After I blew it out, the jetting is a lot different in there. Very nice. Just make sure there's no dust or anything on the float. well, I don't suspect there's going to be a leaking problem. Let's just verify that. Now that's pretty good. Oh, I took the wire brush and I cleaned that out a little bit more. Looks pretty nice now. The only problem with doing that is there's a protective coating in there. So it has a tendency, if there's any water, to start rusting again and more problems. But to be honest, while I agree that is important, if you already have water in there, it's probably not going to run anyway. So unless you really let it sit there for a long time, you're going to have a problem anyway, no matter what. I guess that's what I'm trying to get at my point. But if you look at the bottom of that, you can see there's water in that congealed ethanol. So yeah, unfortunately we weren't going to be able to get away with at least not cleaning that. I also took the air compressor and blew out these little jets. So this has a clip on it. This goes right here. Make sure this clip is facing the intake part of it. So if it doesn't, you're not going to be able to get it flush with the mating surface on the engine on this side. So always remember that. And then this, we are going to be putting back on. I hate this choke system so much. Let's see here. Why? So much, I tell you. There we go. So you want the big loop to be like this, and this goes into the choke, and then when you push it on, you just kind of pull one of those maneuvers. This is in. Then you just put the linkage in there, spring in that little hole. So I'm going to go ahead and put it back on, and then I will bring you back to redo the pull cord. Okay, so have some more string, melted the ends. You take your fingers and just kind of pull up on them again so they're smaller. It's important for this part. You have to think strong thoughts. So, like I said, this is probably the best case scenario because you don't really have to wind anything up. Don't really have to do much of anything, really. Just shove something in there. Take a pair of pliers. Pull this through a little bit. Can't do it all. Take a big pair of pliers. Snip this end off. And there we are. The reason why you couldn't do it all was because the end has the little metal piece on it. And throw that away. But now we figure out what end we did the best job on. I think it's this one. And you can either go through here or the other way. I'm thinking the other way might be a tad easier. And there we have it. Now take it under, over, under, through. Pull tight. If you want, you could clip that off. Now, before you take out whatever you used to jam it up in there, take your other end, go through your new handle, and however your new handle works, this one works like this. you do literally the exact same knot. Under, over, under, through. That knot I found is the biggest one, well, the perfect size for most small engines. And you don't have to, it doesn't come undone. I mean, it takes a very unfortunate series of events to really get that knot undone. I'll just put it that way. There we are. Now, holding this tight, making sure that's good to go. Pull that, let go slowly, and there we are. This is about 7.5 to 8 feet of string, as you can tell it used it all. So I'm just going to mount this back on there, put it back on the handle, put the cover on, and we'll see if she runs. Oh, one final thing I forgot to mention is the reason why when it first turned on it smoked is there's about a quart of oil in there, and that is about a half a quart too much. So I'm going to be removing some of that as well. Be right back. Okay, so we're going to move this a little bit out of the way of Garage Puppy. She's laying down right there. Don't want anything bad happen. But while I do that, I didn't change the oil yet because it's a little black and like I said, it's way too full. So let's just put that right there. It'll smoke a little bit, but that's fine. Found a case for it, or the cover for the self-propel. New filter. Plug. I'm gonna wait until I do the oil, but we know it'll run, so that's fine. So let's give it a pull and see what happens. Okay, perfect. So I'm just gonna sharpen the blade, pressure wash it, do the oil and the plug, and it should be good to go for a long time. Looks like Garage Puppy had moved on to parking at neighbor's shoulder. I have a hard time discouraging that one, to be honest. But yeah, okay. Well, this is a good little mower now. So if you like what you see, definitely comment, like, subscribe. I will see everyone later. Bye.